3 scores and upsets the Bellacino's Player of the Week, Jake McCoy. Coaches Tiller and Owens from Ridgeview will pay us a visit tonight. Big talk is consolidation coming to another Southwest Virginia community. The top 5, find out who dropped out, who jumped in. Ridgeview versus Union is our game of the week. Stump the Crig, all this and more tonight on After the Whistle. Gentlemen, welcome to episode 4 of After the Whistle. How you guys doing? How's your week?
Doing wonderful. Great weekend.
Got
to watch the Reds. Got to see Big Mark McGuire, baby. Big Mark. But he's not big. He's kind of tiny now.
Cleveland didn't lose.
They did not.
Cleveland did not lose this weekend.
The Browns did not lose.
But
they did not win.
But they did not lose.
They lost 16 in a row, so that's good for them.
All right, before we get started, I want to mention our sponsors: Freedom Wireless, Bellacino's Pizza and Grinders, Grundy Auto Sales, Hurley IGA, Hurley Pharmacy, Express Print Pack and Ship, Hurley Community Pharmacy, CarQuest Auto Parts, Wooden Horse Grill, Buchanan Pharmacy Associates, Plaza Economy Drug coming soon to Grundy, and Buchanan General Hospital. We'd like to thank our sponsors and encourage all of our listeners to patronize these folks and let them know that you heard about them on this show. That we would really appreciate that. All right, fellas, we got a big lineup for this evening. A lot of stuff to talk about. First thing we're going to jump into, we've got Player of the Week. Jake McCoy is going to be here with us this evening. Coach's Corner, we got Coach Tiller, Coach Owens from Ridgeview going to sit in with us. And big talk topic, we're going to discuss it and a lot of other things. We got our picks, our top 5, whole bunch of stuff going on. And our Freedom Wireless game of the week is Ridgeview versus Union. But before we do that, Coach, we're going to kick things off, talk about last week a little bit. So Coach Krieger, take it.
All right, we're going down the line here. Abingdon at Pulaski. It was Pulaski 42, Abingdon 14, guys. We all picked Coach James to win this ball game. It looks like they had no problem with the Falcons. All right, next game was Central at Ridgeview. Again, boys, we're on that wagon. Ridgeview 54, Wise Central 0. No problem with Wise, which Coach Tester, Wise young team, starting a lot of freshmen, and it's hard to go against a team like Ridgeview right now.
They was, man. Like I said, it's not the end of the world for them. Ridgeview's one of the top teams in 2A. They got a lot of young guys out there. They do got to get a lot better, a lot of improvement. But like I said, they shot themselves in the foot by fumbling 2 kickoffs, which you can't afford to do like that against a team like Ridgeview, period. It's hard enough to beat them as it is, more or less, turning the ball over and letting them start field position at 30 and 40 on the first 2 or 3 possessions. But overall, Ridgeview just had too many horses for Wise.
Next game, Graham at Giles. And guys, this score was a little bit closer than what we expected. Graham 28, Giles 13.
Surprised me based on what I'd spoke with Austin Cooper. He said that he believed, Austin was at Giles last year. He said they were more or less in a rebuilding mode and come up
they got
Graham
20 some kids, 22,
yeah,
23 kids, low numbers, and boys playing a good Graham team that close.
You can't count out that single wing.
No, you're right.
You can't count it out.
And the spinner, baby. The single wing spinner. All right, guys, Gate City at Southern South, and it looks like Southern South wasn't one of them bad teams that I was trying to find. One of them Southern schools is, but it was not that one. Southern South 28, Gate City 13, guys, and they lose again. I know it is what it is.
They're coming, though. They're coming.
Yeah,
they're coming.
Yeah.
I'm starting to question Coach over here, but
I'm going with Coach Tester, and they're coming sometime or another.
Yeah. I mean, they've still got 7 games left, so.
Yeah, they do. All right, Lee at J.I. Burton. And, guys, we picked Lee, and it was John I. Burton 38, Lee County 13. Big win for the Raiders and Jimbo Adams.
Did we all 3 pick?
That was a shocker to me.
Well, I didn't mean to. I don't know why I picked against.
Well, they said that's why they went out and played hard. I talked to Coach Adams, and he said they were mad because we all 3 picked Lee to win.
Well, that's the case. Gate City should have won.
It didn't surprise me with J.I. Burton winning, but winning as big as they did.
Yeah.
Well, also, if I've seen it correctly, Lee had like 5 turnovers, and it don't matter who you play or what you do. Like you said, Coach Tester, you can't turn the ball over against good teams and expect to win the ball game. Letcher County, Central Kentucky at Union. I wonder how that one went. 34 up, they let them score at the end, 7. They gave up 7 at the end. They gave up 7. Everybody picked Union. Like I said, Union last week was at our #1 spot. Don't know where they'll fall this week, which probably stay the same. But big week for Union and Ridgeview this coming week. Next game would be Grundy at Lebanon. Guys, it was what we thought it would be. Grundy 43, Lebanon 14. Gabe Visor breaks his own record from the week before.
He breaks the record. We talk about something like this not happening. You know, Grundy High School's been around for a long time, a lot of great backs. When will we ever see this again? Well, just wait 1 week and we get to see it again.
We seen it again.
I'm wondering if we're gonna see it another time this year.
Well,
Couple more times.
we probably could. We probably could. Had a couple more people. Jakey McCoy had a big game, couple interceptions, one for a touchdown. Caught a touchdown. Grundy rolling pretty good right now after the first game at Ridgeview, which we thought they would. Like I said, last week they're #3, I think.
Yeah, we got them
In
3, I
our
think.
poll. All right, we got Riverview at Tazewell. And guys, Riverview puts up 38 points. Tazewell 61, but Riverview 38. They lose, but if there any
Consolation.
a consolation prize there, that's pretty good. 38 points for Riverview.
That surprised me. I didn't think they would be in a shootout with them like that.
Nah, I didn't. I thought Tazewell would roll. We talked about the speed factor. Evidently, it wasn't as big a factor. At least it wasn't on one side of the field.
Well, Tazewell just got to play a little defense.
Yeah, they got it. It seems like they're resting on defense so they can be 100% on that offense and outrun.
Well, you got a young team that's very athletic. They're probably going to play offense. It's going to take them a while to come along and start hitting it.
That's true. That's good.
So they still got some pups out there.
All right, guys. Twin Valley at Honeacre. Honeacre 47, Twin Valley 8. I know a lot of people are surprised about that score, guys, but Tyler Keene did not play. And looks like Tyler might be out 2 to 4 weeks. Don't know, maybe next week, maybe the next. Don't know when he's come back with an injury. But Honeacre 47, Twin Valley 8.
We did not know he wasn't playing in that game. I don't think Coach Ward told us, did he? So.
Well, he said he was questionable.
Yeah, we said he was questionable, but he did not. The questionable turned out to game time decision, and game time decision turned that he did not play.
He's still hobbling around at school. I don't think he'll be playing tomorrow night.
No, I think he's out for tomorrow too. But Honeacre 47, Twin Valley 8. Hurley at Pike Central didn't go well with the Rebels, which it was Pike Central 45, Hurley 6. Still, Hurley they can't cough the ball up, and we talked about that with Wise and these other leagues. You can't turn the ball over and beat these teams that will score points.
You know, when they're going to Pike Central and playing a 3A school down in Pikeville, they was hanging in there early with them. I think it was 15-6, and they had a touchdown called back and had a couple fumbles, and just Pike Central just took over from there. And it's unfortunate. Hurley's got to be able to protect the ball.
And that's back-to-back losses on road trips. And both games, if I'm not mistaken, against East Montgomery, they had a 70-yard touchdown called back, and at Pike Central, they had a touchdown called back that same play got called back. And guys, I seen the one at East Montgomery. You know, it is what it is. A pancake versus a hold when a lineman's holding his hands out on top of somebody. I mean, you call that a hold or what, but it is what it is. But it was called, and that, you're not changing it. And then this week Hurley had a touchdown called back. Not saying it changed the game, but boys, the momentum and the kids in their head, it changes them.
Absolutely.
All right, we've got Castlewood at Thomas Walker, and this was kind of, I went with the Grundy boy, Nick Johnson, but I thought it'd be a little closer. It was Castlewood 0, Thomas Walker 24.
That surprised me. I went against Mr. Nick Johnson on that one. I thought, was it at Castlewood?
No, it was at Thomas
Walker. I just thought Castlewood defensively would shut them down a little bit more, but they did the opposite. Thomas Walker shut them down.
They did, and the big reason Thomas Walker's having a little success, they got a freshman quarterback that can throw the ball pretty good. So when you can throw the ball in high school, you're going to score points.
Yeah, I called that one, so I'm gonna take credit for it.
I don't remember.
All right.
I clearly remember that.
East Side guys at Patrick Henry, we went with Coach Palmer at home, and it was exactly what we thought. It was a shootout, and it was Patrick Henry 53, East Side 46, and I think Patrick Henry jumped out to a decent lead, and East Side stormed back, but there were like 3 lightning delays in that game, so I don't know how that affects anything, but it was a good game, exciting game.
Did the defense stay in the locker room?
Defense, they were scared of the lightning. Neither defense coming out, they were scared to get struck by lightning.
Well, PH, I think they're sitting at 3-0 now, and that's impressive. You know, those folks over there for years, they've struggled, and in the last few years since Coach Palmer's been there, they've seen some success. So
They winning some
it
games.
means a lot to that community over there.
Winning some games. Well, that wraps up there. Our last picks was East Side and Patrick Henry. So that was the last week's schedule.
All right. With that, we will move on to our Big Talk segment. And tonight, the Big Talk segment is being brought to you by the Wooden Horse Grill, located in Hurley. Located in Hurley, Virginia. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Open Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10. The Wooden Horse Grill, home-cooked meals, smoked and grilled steaks, ribs, and more on weekends. Brian Davis knows how to cook, period. Open late after ball games. Stop by and see the folks at the Wooden Horse Grill. All right, our Big Talk segment this evening, consolidation. Is it coming to a school in Southwest Virginia or a county in Southwest Virginia? Again, our game of the week is Ridgeview, features Ridgeview this week, and when you think about that, you know, they've just recently consolidated over in Dickinson County, and with, you know, school enrollment, people moving out of the area, we're seeing this war of attrition take place in a lot of areas, and the question we have, and I pose to both you guys, do we see consolidation coming in Buchanan County?
Absolutely. I think it's got to happen. I think it's got to happen for the kids. I think right now, as far as academically and athletically, I think the kids are suffering. You know, we look at the numbers. You got Hurley High School setting 176 kids. You got what's Twin Valley at, about the same?
Probably 185, 200,
185.
and that's 9 through 12.
That's 9 through 12.
We gotta count 8th graders just to get to 200 kids.
And I just think it's a plus for everybody, you know, academics. There's a lot of things going into play here that's just, you know, too many pluses for consolidation. And don't get me wrong, I don't want to see Hurley High School closed. I wouldn't want to see Twin Valley closed, but I think it's got to happen.
Is it something that, you know?
So what you're saying, you wanna see Grundy closed?
I don't see
No.
that closed.
Countywide, you know, we're in a unique situation, very similar to what they were in Dickinson County. You know, our geography makes it very difficult for things like this to take place. You know, Whitewood and Garden, that community, those two communities experienced consolidation, know a little bit about what it's about, and it worked out well for both schools, both communities, and it was well embraced. I think the kids benefited from it. I know academically, there was some master teachers at that school when they were finished, that came from both Garden and Whitewood, and it really helped the school academically. And
That
I know,
taught 40+ years.
oh yeah, people, you know, have been teaching a long time, so that was really good. And athletically, it helped both programs that had been struggling, whether it was in football or basketball or whatever. And in a short period of time, all the athletic programs were having a tremendous amount of success, and I think that too helped. But you know, we're looking at something's going to have to happen. I think Buchanan County's down 180 students, somewhere in that ballpark, from what we were last year.
If I'm not mistaken, I think someone said just last year alone, we lost 55 kids.
Yeah, I think
I'm speculating and just hearsay that, but 55 kids, that's a lot of kids.
And also budget-wise, it seems like it makes sense.
But you know, we all coach, we teach, and we do, well, it's consolidate, it is what it is, it's gonna have to happen. And you know, people said, oh, you consolidate, you go to Division II, you play a tougher schedule. All right, Ridgeview and them did it. You had Hayside Clintwood playing single A. They come together, struggled a little bit at first. Now look, they're competing with the best, with Union.
Look at
with
their-
Richlands. I mean,
Look at their facilities.
that's
they
right.
like to use.
Look at the facilities. I mean, they get that's looking at it at the sports side of it, and you know, and it's just, I don't know, guys. What we're going to do is put on our website a poll on what the county, what Buchanan County thinks about consolidation. We'd love for you to get on there and vote on if you for it or against it. It is what it is. Nobody's getting mad. It's just, it's a topic that's gonna have to be out there, and it's gonna have to be talked about, or the kids, academic and sports-wise, it's just going down. I mean,
It's one of those things, you hear this common argument all the time. People say, well, the kids will never get along. The kids, I don't
not
buy
the
into
kids.
that. It's not the kids, it's the adults, and we need to be adults when it comes to this, because I know when Twin Valley and, when Garden and Whitewood came together, it worked out great, and the kids are gonna get along with each other, and the fact that the kids are spending more time with each other now, I mean, we've got a lot of kids that are going to the vocational school, or the career center, more than ever before.
Right.
Not just taking subjects like, trade.
shop classes,
Yeah, shop
and
classes,
stuff,
they're
welding,
taking.
they're taking chemistry, they're
Chemistry,
taking
yeah.
Spanish, they're taking, band is up there now. I mean,
Right.
stuff county band, and you know, our band does county band. They've done it for a couple of years, and it's worked. I mean, just think if we had a big nice school somewhere, good facilities, and boys,
We also
we could
look
be
at-
right there together.
You also look at budget wise and how many teachers in the county right now are traveling from school to school. I bet there's 40 teachers traveling from school to school, different blocks of the day. So why not build one high school and have them all school
I mean,
full time?
it's
And
one
you
of those
know,
tough things you gotta do.
then what happens is then you got the people, well, I don't want it to go to Popper Gap, I don't want it to go to Slate Creek, that's too close. We don't want, guys, it don't matter where it's at. As long as it's a new building and it's nice facilities, good, I mean, lab classes, your biology, your chemistry labs, I mean, your fields and everything, it benefits everybody.
All those classes
All
you're
them
selling.
classes I took and made A's and
Yeah.
stuff in, boys, chemistry and.
Well, the bottom
I did
line
take
is,
biology
and
too.
everyone has,
Bottle, baby.
everyone has a bias, whatever it is, you know, whether it be, I don't want the school to be here, I don't want my kids on the bus for this period of time, whatever, don't want my school to shut down, all these things. There's all sorts of arguments, and everybody has some validity in whatever it is they're arguing. But the simple fact is, sometimes you do what's best for the kids and not what's best for your emotions.
Right.
And emotionally, there's a lot of things that this is attached to. You know, a lot of people, you know, get fired up over, you know, I graduated from Grundy. I don't wanna see Grundy shut down.
I graduated
I don't wanna see
too.
Twin Valley shut down. And
Exactly.
I know you don't wanna see Hurley shut down for sure. But sometimes you gotta do what's best, and you know, that's the predicament that we're in here.
Also, what it's doing is that you look at the schools around us that's consolidated. You take Hayside, Clintwood, that's now Ridgeview, that used to be Irvington. Then you take Coburn and St. Paul, that is east side now. Then you take Pound and Central, or Pound and Wise, that is Central. There's that's 6 schools that Hurley High School used to play when I was
That's right.
coaching. So there's nobody left for these smaller schools to play, you know, so we're gonna have to do something.
And it's not just a Buchanan County thing, you know, it's just that.
Oh, it's
other
statewide,
counties- Yeah,
it's- yeah,
statewide,
it's-
other
it's
counties have jumped
everywhere.
on it, and it's something we're gonna have to, well, listen, like Coach Krieger said, we're gonna put a poll on, After the Whistle. You can visit us on Facebook at After the Whistle, SWVA. There's gonna be a poll on there, and we're gonna let you chime in and, maybe give us some thoughts and vote on that poll. All right, with that being said, it's that time of the week where we go to our Bellacino's Player of the Week. And this week, our Bellacino's Player of the Week is Jake McCoy. And the Bellacinos each week is proud to announce that they will be selecting this Player of the Week. They will also be choosing a Player of the Year. And if you haven't been by Bellacino's in a while, you need to check it out. They've added 11 new big screen TVs. So come on down, enjoy a pizza or grinder while you catch up, watch your favorite team on the big screen. And Bellacino's will also be staying open until 10 p.m. on Fridays. So after watching your favorite team, swing on by. Yeah, talk about the game, have some fun, enjoy some late night food with friends. Now, Bellacino's would like to wish all the area teams good luck. And at this time, Coach Tester, I'm gonna turn this over to you.
All right, guys, we had a couple of kids this week that we had to decide from, which a couple of Hurley, Matthew Blankenship over there really had another good game, running the ball for the Rebels. You had Gabe Pfizer again that broke his own record from the previous week before. You had a couple guys at Twin Valley had some good games. Like I said, this is a really hard thing to do, but this week's player, I kind of looked on both sides of the ball. This guy contributed on defense as much as he did offense, and he's one of those role players, guys, that I think everybody wants to have on their team. He's just, you know, he's all over the field. He plays offense well. He plays defense well. He don't take plays off. I coached against him last year, and I remember him very well. But this week, anyway, he had 4 receptions on offense for 92 yards. He had 2 INTs, 1 return for a 55-yard TD, which was a pick 6, and he also had another interception, guys. I don't know if it's been going around on Facebook a little bit, but a little highlight, kind of looked like Odell Beckham there. If you remember the catch that he had, he stretched out there, he reached up there and got an interception. So overall, this guy had a really good game for us, and it was Mr. Jacob McCoy, and we're going to have Jacob McCoy come on the show with us right now and get a few comments from him. Come on over.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, Jake.
Congratulations, man. Appreciate you. Here you go. All right, Jacob. So you had a big win over Lebanon this week. I think it was 47-12, 43-12, something like that. You guys are 2-1. Talk a little bit about the game and tell us how it went.
Well,
I know you had, like I said, you had 92 yards receiving, and you had 2 INTs. You also, your teammate Gabe Pfizer was still running out there. How do y'all? What do you think about that performance? That just your whole team combined there with that effort.
You pretty good?
Thanks, pretty good.
Yeah. Offensively and defensively, I think we did pretty good. You know, Gabe. I mean, you got as good as a running back as Gabe put up that many yards for you, and I mean the line putting holes up for Gabe to run through, and
Right.
And you know, him running like that makes it open up for you, be
Makes it open
single coverage, and it'd be hard to guard you one-on-one.
Talk a little bit about that catch, man. I've been seeing go viral on Facebook there, man. I seen that and I was like, my God, you know.
well,
That was on defense, right?
yeah, I was on defense. I dropped not two interceptions, but I dropped 2 passes from Derek from the previous plays. I was kind of upset about it, you know. I talked to Coach Palmer, Coach Bostic about it. I was upset about the whole situation, and Derek was just giving me a hard time about it. He was just giving me down the road. I told him, I said, so I promise you, Derek, I said, won't miss another one. I said, I'll try my best to catch and do the best I can for you.
Well, you made up for it, I'll tell you that.
You got up there too. You felt like you could have dunked that if it was an alley-oop.
Also, your role on the team. I coached against you last year, and you're a kid that we always had to know where you was lined up at. And I tried to get away without putting my best football player on you. I want to put my best football player in the middle of the field because they had a pretty good running game too. And I just wanted him to run the field. But out of the first series, guess where my best player was? He was back on you. So, and I admire what you do. I admire your humbleness, and we're proud to give you this player of the week this week.
I want to make a comment real quick here. I would reiterate what you said. Last year when we played you guys, I just know where Jake's at, and we got Tyler over there where he's at. We take that element away, and we feel like we pretty much know who's going to touch the ball. Of course, it didn't really matter, but we tried to make sure we eliminated you from the game and do the best, put our best player over there. That says a lot about who you are as an athlete and stuff. And I'm proud to say I've worked with Jake and his brothers.
Brothers, that's what I was getting ready to say.
Everybody knows, most of the people up know Bub and Jordan, great athletes all the way around. People been saying for a long time, Jake's the best. And so you got a lot of big shoes to fill, and you're doing a pretty dang good job of it right now.
How many years you been playing?
2 years.
It's just second year. Well, this is his first year last year then, and we had to do that. We tried to take Tate and play him center field. he burned us up on the first drive, and I said, man, we got to go back over this way with him. So anyway, that's just what kind of problem you create for head coaches, man. And we just wanted to let you know that.
You got anything, Coach?
No, congratulations, big game, keep rolling with it, guys.
Keep rolling, man. We're behind you 100%, Jimmy.
Appreciate you, man.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
on. Congratulations.
Tell Bub Jordan we said, hey.
Yeah.
You tell your dad chew a pack of gum for us. All right, folks, that was Jake McCoy of Grundy High School, our Bellacino's Player of the Week. This time is our Coach's Corner segment, and the Coach's Corner is sponsored each week, this time by Grundy Auto Sales, located in Grundy, Virginia. You're in the market for a dependable used car or truck? Is your car or truck in need of a tune-up, a round of tires, or some repair work? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you need to stop by Grundy Auto Sales. Grundy Auto Sales has a wide selection of affordable and dependable vehicles. Whether it's a vehicle you're looking for, a round of tires, or some repair work, Grundy Auto Sales has you covered. Grundy Auto Sales is owned by Tim and Tammy Nichols, and they'd like to wish all the McKinney County teams the best of luck and let all the players know that they're praying that they have a safe and blessed football season. That's Grundy Auto Sales, located in Grundy. Well, at this time, we have I'm gonna say this first. Last week, we talked to Coach Ward, and we talked about Twin Valley's coaching staff and how big they were. We may have a contender, and our contender's not part of the Ridgeview coaching staff is with us. Coaches Tiller and Owens, and guys, welcome to the show. Come on.
It's easy now over there.
Got room enough
Am I
for us.
gonna be able to get on camera?
Craig, you may have to scoot on.
Am I gonna say, hey, guys, come on now.
Hey, I'm just glad Craig did his push-ups today.
I know, hey, he did, he won that competition.
He did.
First
I was
place.
wondering when he was gonna get Krieger on.
Yeah, first place, tester in the push-up competition.
I'm just glad
I
I
need to
made-
post them pictures.
I'm just glad I'm on the panel, because this panel needed some look, so.
Yeah, I got a feeling we just went down.
Oh, man.
Well, fellas, welcome to the show. We've had a few other coaches on here. Coach Plymel from Grundy was supposed to be here this evening, but his daughter, the volleyball game got changed, and he had to go watch his daughter play. So we're going to reschedule him and have him back in here. And we understand completely, kids playing, you got to go watch them. And so Coach Plymel will be back with us, hopefully maybe next week or
Next Wednesday,
Next Wednesday.
he said he'd be back next Wednesday.
Great. All right, but with that, Coach Tester's got a few questions for you, and he'll kind of get us started, and we'll roll from there.
The Wolfpack is in the
Oh.
house.
We've been on them, boys, we've been on them.
I guess is this how they do it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Back in the house.
Man, I went and watched y'all last week against Wise, and that's the first time I got to see y'all. Really impressed. A lot of hype on you guys right now, man. So just how do you handle all that and doing what you guys do and get prepared for Union this week?
Just gotta do the little things, prep on that and make sure the game plan, Union's tough. The top, as you said, be the man, you gotta beat the man, and they're at the top. And, definitely, I think, come down the line play, I believe that'll be the difference in the game.
Yeah, I agree with the coach on that. I mean, it's gonna be in the trenches where it's gonna be, if we can be successful, run the ball, stop their run, we can do what we need to do.
I got to watch y'all against Grundy, and lineman wise, I mean, size wise, quickness wise, you played pretty daggone good. I mean, you controlled the line there, and like I said, these other games, I'm sure you controlled there, but it looks like you have the linemen. I mean, to do it if you can get it all in one package.
Well, yeah, they've gotta work together. I mean, we got a lot of hardworking boys. They've been together for a while now, and it's starting to show, and they put in the work daily. I'm proud of them, and of course, you can't forget the guys that get the touches, but, you don't talk about linemen enough, so I'm proud of
That's right.
Proud of what they do.
Well, I seen the game Friday, and they were opening up some pretty good holes for your boys. So
Yeah, they definitely were.
pretty good.
And like you said there, we were talking before the show, and it wasn't said, but Coach Tiller and Coach Owens was saying this is the first team of Ridgeview, right?
Yeah.
like,
the seniors,
after the
yeah.
consolidation,
Yeah.
there were no, I mean, this is Ridgeview students,
Yes.
seniors, these are all the kids, they didn't go to Hayside, nobody went to Clintwood, this is Ridgeview kids.
Best
Exactly.
of my knowledge, yeah.
That's good, that's good, and like I said, the consolidation, look, I mean, it's been a couple years now, and now look where you're sitting undefeated, playing Union, a game that you should be in and have a chance, I mean, you never know, I mean,
We hope to, yeah.
on paper, like I always say, it's gonna be a good game, but you never know when the time comes, but, this is the first Ridgeview full team, at Ridgeview High School, and that's a pretty good thing right there.
Yeah, you talked about consolidation, it seems to, you know, I'm relatively new to the staff and to the high school and everything, but, seems to be, came together really nicely, you know, there's not a lot of that issue. of-
Y'all took that Hayside and that Clintwood and y'all
And
did it
Irvington.
pretty. And Irvington, my
Irvington.
bad, my
Can't
fault.
forget them rebels.
But anyway, y'all had a nice measure, y'all got quality coaches
Yeah.
from every school, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
been a nice mix, man, and that's just something else to add.
I think it's been the best of both worlds, you
Right.
know, all of them, you know, together, kids and coaches and everything, I think.
Yeah, it's been nothing but a positive experience in my
Yeah.
opinion, for the things that I deal with.
Well, I am a closet Ridgeview fan, man, I'm closet.
I'm not, I'm out there.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, there you go.
out there. I'm 100% Ridgeview.
There you go.
But, you know, I think we're looking at you guys going, we want to see you guys do well, we know you guys gonna make a run, and just hope y'all continue.
Yeah, one of the questions that I had for you was, Coach, a lot of people, well, I know people over there, or a lot of people maybe listening don't understand that, you know, you were at Fort last year.
Yeah, yeah,
And just like that, you know, the opportunity came, you got a chance to come back home.
exactly.
You're not the odd man out because you're coming back home. But
Yeah, yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
You know,
It had to be hard.
It was hard, you know, the community at Fort Chiswell was great to me, the kids were great, but, you know, it's always in the back of my mind, I kinda wanted to be back home, you know, back around family, you know, got 2 kids there that like to be closer to home and, you know, and.
You want to be back closer to your brother-in-law.
Yeah, Anthony.
Anthony Church,
I
you
wanted to be-
you wanted to be back close to him, didn't you?
Exactly.
There we
No,
go. I knew it,
because
I knew it.
But it was a great opportunity, and it was one I could not pass up at the time with several different factors involved. And, you know.
Well, I personally think it says a lot about your character because not too many people will give up a good head coaching
Yeah.
job. That, you know, you were doing a heck of a job
Thank
there.
you.
With a good team.
Yeah.
It wasn't like
And
you
then, you know,
won and then left, I mean, that was.
You put family and community first, and,
Exactly.
you know, you did what was best for your family, and even though you're not the head coach, and that's another interesting thing, both you guys have been head coaches. How many
Yeah.
other head coaches are on staff other than?
Let's see,
It's just.
just
Just
us,
us.
Coach Mullins.
Just
Coach
Coach
Mullins.
Mullins.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of experience in just
Yeah, but
those 3 people.
Absolutely, but you can't count out Coach Stanley, who's basically.
years.
Coached,
Oh, yeah.
coached us in JV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been a defense coordinator for,
And then-
how many years now, 20 plus
Long
years?
time.
And then Coach Grant, you
Yeah,
know.
Coach Grant also.
I mean,
Great
They're like head coaches.
They are. They're
Exactly.
just like
Well, it's
that.
like having out there, you've got at each position, somebody that's essentially being a head coach or close to a head coach or has the experience. You know, I would put our staff up with anybody's, you know, as far as that.
When it comes time for game plan, there's not just 1 or 2 decent opinions in there, there may be a
Yeah,
entire room.
and it's
That's
good,
really
it's a good mail, you know, we're able to bring our opinions together and everything, and, you know, it's a good mesh.
Well,
It's a
we're
good
gonna
mesh.
put you up against somebody, against Twin Valley's coaching staff at a hot dog eating. I know that.
Coach Owens is vegetarian.
Oh, that's right, well, you eat the bread.
I'll eat the bread, man, yeah.
They can eat the weenies.
Lemonade, give me the lemonade and the bread, we're
There
there.
we go.
You guys have anything else?
I was going, got a question for Coach Owens here. You know, Coach Owens, guys, helped me at Hurley for probably 2 of my most successful seasons. He was their offensive line coach. He helped me on the box. Just a great offensive mind, man. And he's been around. He's tremendous help to us at Hurley. He was at Irvington. He was a head coach.
Run a
at
great
Irvington.
program at Irvington.
He was
You
there.
done good. I mean, we played them 2 guys, and he fought that battle with
Oh, yeah.
numbers and everything, and we'd go over there, and he done a great job over there.
Thank you, guys, you didn't have to say that, but I appreciate that, yeah.
And he
Well,
was
we
a-
know how hard it is coaching at the small schools.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you know how it is.
It's tough, but it's it's got its challenges, but there's also
The
many,
plus-
many great rewards.
that's exactly
Absolutely
right.
great rewards to that.
Well, it's
too.
like we was talking last week, and using that situation when you're at Irvington or Twin Valley or something, when we prepare, we're preparing for Union and Richlands every week.
Every week.
Cause you
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
you don't know what kid, well, he's sick, well, he's hurt, or I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's Union and Richlands every week.
A small thing can be a big thing really quick. You know,
That's
either
right.
negative or
That's
positive,
right.
you know, yeah.
Anything else, Coach? Guys, we want you all to sit in with us the rest of the show
Okay.
and chime in,
Right.
give us some commentary here as well.
Okay.
Make sure you get your face in.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can see that real good. This is the moment we wait for every week. You know what I'm talking about. Each week at this time, we attempt to reach deep into the mind of Coach Krieger and extrapolate some of the wisdom that he has by asking him some questions that would normally stump the average man. So far, this is week 4, we've yet to do it, but Stump the Crig is up now. But before we do that, we need to go to our sponsors, and we'd like to thank the folks at CarQuest Auto Parts located in Hurley, Virginia. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 12, CarQuest Auto Parts. See them for all your auto part needs. Really good folks over there. All right, Coach Krieger, here we are. I have 2 questions for you. These questions have been hermetically sealed in an envelope. They have been sealed in an envelope placed in a bank vault under guard for the last 24 hours, and it was recently delivered by an armored truck. And now we're going to look at the questions. And by the way, Coach Krieger has not seen these questions. All right, here we go. Our first question.
You can't rip a hole.
No, that was last week.
Oh.
Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the glue bottle?
Oh, man, stumped you.
Man, it's glued inside the bottle.
Why
Why
does
don't it stick? Why does it come out so easy?
Yeah, why does it not stick to the inside of the bottle?
Well, because the people that made it to where when you push that button, it comes through that little orange thing, or back when we was in school, and when it comes to that orange thing, it's like a laminator. And it comes out and it gets on that paper and you stick to it. It just, like you hurry and stick and it just glues up.
Why do I feel like I'm dumber now? I feel like I'm dumber now than I was.
The laminator. The orange thing.
I thought that was
Been laminating wrong all this
I thought that was a
time.
movie, Laminator. Laminator 2.
That's my final answer. It goes through the orange laminator. So.
Oh, well. All right, this is a good one. Coming up, our final question for Stump the Crig. If a person tries to fail and is successful, which one did they actually do, fail or succeed?
Whatever they did last, succeed. If you fail but you end up succeeding, you succeeded.
No, if you try to fail and you succeed, did you succeed or did you fail?
I think you succeeded, boys. If you succeed in anything, you're successful. No matter if you're trying to lose a game and you win, you are successful.
That's the definition of success.
It's right there, baby. If you try to lose but you win, you are success.
Well, if you try to lose,
Well, if you're trying to fail but you win, you're successful. Whatever. I mean, I got that one right.
whatever.
I got that one
All
right.
right, that's your final answer.
Bottom line, that
There
is
you go.
right. That
Final
one's
answer.
right. I don't know
All
about the laminator.
Once again, we have failed to stump the Crig. And,
That's right. Well, you
as,
never gonna stump.
Never gonna stump the Crig. 4 in a row. 4
I'm
weeks in a
4-0,
row.
baby.
4-0, undefeated. All right, folks,
It
so
is.
I remind everyone that they can now watch the show. Actually, how can you catch the show? I guess what I should be saying. How can you catch the show? Well, each Friday night during football season, you can listen to this show on WMJD 100.7 out of Grundy from 6 o'clock until 7. We also have a couple other ways you can get the show. You can watch the show on our YouTube channel, or you can download our podcast. We now have the podcast up, and you can download it and take it with you and listen to it before the game or on the way to the game, what have you. The links to the podcast and the YouTube channel and the radio information can be found on our Facebook page at After the Whistle SWVA. That's at After the Whistle SWVA.
Guys, go to our Facebook page, click like, share it, and get this thing out there.
All right, up next, we now have the Hurley IGA Top 5. Each week at this time, the Hurley IGA Top 5, we pull teams from Mountain West, BDD, the Hogaheaty, Southwest District, the Cumberland District, and the Mountain 7. And it's brought to you by Hurley IGA. Stop by and check out Dotson's IGA Express, located in Hurley Square in Hurley, Virginia. Dotson's IGA is known for its fresh meat department. They take special orders and will even prepare it to suit your taste. Contact Dotson's IGA for the best steaks in town. They sell a wide variety of trays. If you're interested in a sandwich tray, meat tray, cheese tray, fruit tray, they've got you covered. So stop by and check out Dotson's IGA Express. And by the way, Dotson's IGA Express now has QVC pallets that they'll be getting just in time for the holidays. Swing by there, get some sweet deals on some QVC products as well. Dotson's IGA, hometown proud, Dotson's IGA.
And guys, there's one thing about it in Hurley, Virginia, you can't beat Dotson's IGA's meat, I can tell you that. Go get you some meat at the IGA Dotson's in Hurley.
All right, you heard it there from the man himself. All right, it's that time, our top 5. We're gonna start with 1A. Coach Texter, take it over.
All right, coming in at number 5, guys, I feel like we've dissed this.
Five Guys is a very good place to eat a hamburger. I know I plugged that in there, but I ate one this weekend, and then Five Guys is good.
Great
Five
French
Guys.
fries.
Five Guys, great fries.
Oh, hey,
You
yeah.
not eat there
But if you
before?
have peanut allergies, don't go in there.
No.
Don't even set foot in the building. Go ahead.
Five Guys, good place.
Is
Good place.
he finished yet?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that another sponsor?
All right.
He is now.
As I said earlier, I think we've dished this team here a little bit. We've never had them in our top 5 yet, and they've proven every week. And number 5 this week, we got John I. Burton. Went down and
Raiders
made a statement win on the lead. Number 4, we got the Grundy Golden Wave coming in at number 4.
Slid one.
This ain't
there,
slide?
slid spot. Tell
Well,
them why.
we got Coach Palmer and then
There you
Patrick
go.
Henry Rebels. That's 3-0. So to be the man, you got to beat the man.
You got
And,
PH slides up.
Mark Palmer slides up to number 3. Number 2, we got Mark Dixon and Galax still hanging in at number 2, and then number 1, of course, is Chill Howie and Jeff Robinson's bunch up there.
And they're still rolling. They won big again this weekend.
Hey, 1 and 2 hasn't changed yet. 1A, not for us. So once again, recap that real quick.
Got-
1A, number 5.
Got John I. Burton at number 5, Grundy at number 4, Patrick Henry at number 3, Galax at number 2, and Chill Howie at number 1.
All right, heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Let's go straight to 2A here.
All right, number 5, I think it's the same, maybe the same order we had last week. Number 5 is Virginia High. Coach Chris and Virginia High still hanging in at number 5. Got a pretty good, solid team up there. I do believe I'm going to watch them tomorrow night actually with Y Central. If they are playing Thursday. All right, number 4, we got the Graham G men, Tony Palmer and
Snake
Snake
Palmer,
Palmer.
baby.
Snake.
Snake
You didn't know who
Palmer,
Snake was
baby.
before, you know who
That's
he is
right,
now.
boys. If you don't get out there, Snake Palmer is on Graham's staff.
all right, and number 3, we got the Blue Tornadoes of Richland.
Blue wind machine.
And number 2 this week, we have the Ridgeview Wolfpack coming in at number 2.
Number 2.
All right, and number 1, to be the man, you guys
gotta
gotta beat the man. And I'm going with the Union Bears at number 1 in 2A.
All right, do a quick recap. At number 5, 2A.
We got Virginia High at number 5, Graham at number 4, Richlands at 3, Ridgeview at 2, and Union at 1.
All right, folks, you heard it there. That is the IGA top 5. All right, it's time we talk about this week's games. All right, so we got a lot of games on tap here, and we've got about 15 minutes left in the show, fellas, so we've got to kind of get through this. So let's run them down pretty quick. You guys, we're going to get your input. You don't have to pick a game if you don't want to. Maybe give
You
us
can just talk about it, but you don't have to pick if you don't want. All right, guys, our first game up on the board here is Christiansburg at Abingdon. And guys, I have a little insight on Christiansburg. My mom and dad went to watch my cousin Hunter Krieger play. And he plays for Liberty Bedford. And Liberty beat them, but Christiansburg was up 23 or 24, 20-something to 6. And Liberty came back and beat Christiansburg last week. Said it was a very good game. and said Shane Scott was the referee.
Shane Scott, Grundy
Shane
boy.
Scott, Grundy boy, referee in the game. But
Shane Scott was refereeing games during recess when I was in school. Kid you not, we played Shane Ref.
But guys, Christiansburg at Abingdon. I'm going to go with Christiansburg on this.
I'll take the bird.
I'm gonna go with Abingdon on this. Don't know a lot about Christiansburg, but I'm gonna go with Abingdon.
All
What
right.
you guys think?
You know, I don't know a
I
lot
don't know.
about Abingdon and Christiansburg here. The Abingdon new head coach seems to be doing pretty good.
Doing
with it.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
they played Pulaski, which was a lot bigger school, and did well there. But I don't know.
So go over.
Should be.
Go Abingdon.
I ain't gonna pick a game.
All right,
I think
guys.
it'll be a good game.
Another one, Daniel Boone, Tennessee at Gate City.
Daniel Boone.
Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone, you beat me. Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone.
I'm going against the grain.
I feel
Yeah,
strong
yeah,
about
they
this.
coming. They
They
coming,
coming.
ain't they?
I'm gonna get this right. Out of the next 7 weeks, I'm going Gate City. Gate City pulls upset.
Come on,
There you
Gate
go.
City, you can do it, guys. You can do it. All right, Galax at Royal Retreat. My man.
Galax.
My man Jamie Hughes at Royal Retreat, coaching now. But Jamie, I'm sorry, we got to go with Galax. Just like we say, to be the team, you got to beat the team. And Galax has been there for a while. But I'd love to see the upset with Coach Hughes and Royal Retreat. But I'm going with Galax.
I'll take Galax.
All right, we have Richlands at Blacksburg, and that's moved to Christiansburg, I think, or somewhere to play on turf. I think that game's moved.
To Christiansburg, yes.
I'm going with the Big R. I'm going with Coach Manson rebounding, throwing the ball around. I'm going with them. Weather might hurt a little bit if it rains because of Hurricane Hugo or something out there at the beach. Florence. But I'm going with Richlands.
I'll take the big blue wind machine.
Blacksburg has got too much speed for Blue Tornadoes. They got that, what's that kid's name, Tyquest Terry, and just the receiver. I think they're too fast for Richlands. I'm going with Blacksburg.
Oh,
Coach Holmes will make a pick.
I think, well, I'm not gonna pick, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, then Blacksburg have D1, or a couple D1 guys on
The Terry kid,
Well,
yes, the
I
wide
thought,
receiver.
I thought they graduated. That
Well,
was
the
my
Bacon
bad,
kid
too.
did, but the
I
Terry
think
kid,
one's
the wide
committed to UVA
receiver.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna still pick Richlands. The Big R. Come on, Coach
Are
Man.
they playing
Coach
tonight or
Wade,
tomorrow?
Coach Davis.
Coach Wade, run the wheel.
Run the wheel. Run the wheel.
What's the guy name?
John Battle at Lebanon. John Battle. Guys, Lebanon struggling. It's like a Gate City right now. Just the kids are not out. It's just nothing that Coach Webb's doing. I mean, Coach Webb's doing the best he can. He's just the numbers game there. I'm going with John Battle.
I'll take Battle.
John Battle.
Central at Virginia High. Both coming off losses. Central, like we say, is playing a lot of freshman guys, and Virginia High's got that speed. But you know what? I'm going with Big Luke and Tyson Tester to beat Virginia High tomorrow night.
I'm gonna go with Virginia High, simply because it's at home. I wanna do what, I wanna pick wise, but I'm gonna go with Virginia High.
We're not gonna let Coach Tester pick this one. We're gonna go on.
Why not?
Do you wanna pick?
I'll pick.
You wanna put the heat on your
I
son?
ain't scared.
Tough love, baby, tough love.
Well, I know Virginia High's got a really good football team, but you know, I know my heart's with Wise, and it's gonna be tough for them to go to Virginia High and get a win, but I'm gonna go with Big Luke and try to get an upset.
There we go. I'm with you. I'm with you on
After
that.
that grubbing last week, I'd say he's got in their ear hole a little bit, so, I'm gonna go with Wise Central on this.
I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, we got East Side at Lee, guys. I'm gonna pick this one. I'm going with East Side to win on the road.
I'll take the Spartans.
Oh,
I saw East Side. I'm very impressed with East Side. I think that quarterback, their offense, I think they can put enough points up to win.
that's
going
what
with
I'm
East Side.
saying. I think there gonna be a lot of points scored in this game, and I think East Side will score 'em. I think East Side
I
will
think
score 'em.
Eastside's definitely gonna score some points, over Drew Stanley there, he's a
That's
friend of
right.
mine, he's new offensive coordinator, but I think he's definitely gonna find the end zone, and then, we'll see how they do defensively. You know, Norton's proven that Lee can be beat, so.
Yeah.
That's
Who knows?
right. That's
It's
what I'm
up there.
going with.
It's up there.
That's going with. All right, Riverview, West VA at Hurley. I'm going with the Rebels and the roommate, baby. I know they've lost back-to-back games, but they're gonna come out, play some ball, and they're gonna get some stuff together, and Hurley comes out with a win.
Riverview scares me a little bit in this game if I'm Hurley, especially what they did with, was it Tazewell?
Yeah, but Tazewell plays no defense.
But, you heard that. But I agree with you. I think, coach is probably gonna burn midnight oil. He's been probably driving himself crazy over these last 2 games. I think Hurley's gonna respond at the cliff. I think the fans are gonna come out and, rally around the team.
Well, what I'm looking at is defensively, Hurley's played pretty daggone good and kept the score down.
Yes, they have.
It's just the fumbles and the penalties that's cost Hurley some games, except against Pike Central, but that game could have been a little different if it wasn't for some penalties and fumbles. Not saying they would have won, but the game would have been closer. But,
Having said that, they've not been bad offensively in play calling, and with, I think Coach Austin Cooper, the new, former Rebel, was up Giles as Church's offensive coordinator. He's done a good job so far calling
That's right.
offense, but like you said, they've had some costly turnovers. When I say costly, I mean a fumble here or a fumble here costing them a game. And,
that's giving up scores that
giving up
they're
scores
scoring
and,
on.
But I look for Hurley, this is their first game, their first home game at the Cliff, and I look for them to come out.
Is
big.
that Cliff with an F or a T? I think Beefy, Adam King told me that you all misspelled it over there, you left off the T.
Yeah, I remember hearing that. Yeah, they misspelled it wrong. They forgot to put the T on it.
That's how you see it.
Cliff.
Yeah, it's all in how you see it. Shout out to Beefy.
There you go, Beef, shout out, baby.
But the
All right,
Rebels
next.
pull this
All right.
off.
Rebels.
All right.
Rebels.
Guys, Northwood at Twin Valley, and Tyler Keene out for tomorrow's game, but Northwood has like 3 starters out. They're banged up bad. They can't. And I was wondering, I watched them at Hurley, they're not scoring no points, but in the paper and what I've read, they've got some key senior injuries that's out. So I'm going with the Twin Valley Panthers with the upset this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Twin Valley as well. I know, take into the fact that Tyler's probably not gonna play, due to that injury, but at the same time, if they can just hang on to the daggone ball,
That's right.
I think they're gonna be okay. Xavier Ward last week had nearly 100 yards rushing, and he laid the ball down after, a couple of those really nice carries. They just hang on to the ball, I think they're gonna be okay. I think they'll pull this out.
I am going to go with Northwood, just simply because our former Bellacino's Player of the Week will not be playing.
Shameless plug.
So,
Yeah.
Tyler King, guys, he's too valuable, that team not to have on the field. I just don't think they can pull it off without him on the field. So I'm gonna go with Northwood on this one.
All right, Holston at Castlewood, guys. I'm going with Holston. They're hot right now. They're scoring some points. Castlewood looks like they're struggling scoring. Darrell Taylor's doing a great job hosting. Going with Holston.
I'm gonna go with Darrell Taylor and Castlewood.
I'm gonna go, was it Coach Patterson up there?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna
Yes,
go with Coach
Emory guy, right?
We won't say nothing about that, but he's made tremendous strides up there at Holston. I remember him, when he first took over and where they're at now. I think they've made some good strides and they can score some points, and I've seen them on film. They've got a pretty good quarterback also, and I'm gonna go with Holston on this.
All right, Thomas Walker at Rye Cove. I'm going with the Grundy guy. Nick Johnson, not saying Rye Cove couldn't win. They're Cheyenne and Housewright, they're doing a great job there, but sorry guys, I'm going with Thomas Walker to win this game.
I said at the beginning of the year, Thomas Walker's gonna win 7, maybe 8 games. I'm picking Thomas Walker.
I'm going with Thomas Walker.
All right, Twin Springs at Patrick Henry, guys. Number 3 Patrick Henry.
In the only poll that counts.
That's right. I'm going with Patrick Henry big on this one, guys. Like I said, it's nothing against Twin Springs. They're fighting the numbers and small school stuff. I know that people get tired of hearing that, but Patrick Henry wins this one big.
I'll take PH. I talked to Coach Warner today, actually, and he said, they're struggling with numbers and the inexperience, but they're fighting through it. He's getting a little, he said he didn't want to get on them too hard, but he's trying to push his kids to get the most out of them. All right.
All right, guys, and what we've been waiting for, Union.
George Witt.
Oh, my bad. George Witt at Chilhowie.
Smack in the face, Gino.
Well, don't you all yell at me like that.
This is a big one.
I'm nervous.
This is a big one.
You need a gun ball.
Oh, yeah, guys, come down and get a gumball down here at Bellacino. All right, George Witt at Chilhowie, guys, big game. But you know what? I'm going, with Coach Robinson and Chilhowie, just because, like Coach Tester said, to be the team, you gotta beat the team.
I'll take Chilhowie. I don't know what it has to do with them winning, but I used to live on Apple Valley Road, just right out from the school there, so I gotta go with Chilhowie.
I was surprised in George Wist's win last week. I mean, I thought they was gonna win,
Good
but
win.
it surprised me in how big they won, and I look for them to put up a tough fight against Chilhowie, but I'm still going with Jeff Robertson and Chilhowie because they got all 22 starters on the field from last year, and we'll see.
Does
them
that help?
later.
You know, it's a revenge game too for Chilhowie.
big time.
This was
Oh,
one
that's
of the games
right,
they lost
that's
last
right.
year, so that's another thing.
That's gonna, I'm sure that hasn't been talked.
Yeah, I'm sure not at all.
Ruin
No.
that
Yeah,
perfect season
yeah.
way.
Not any locker room material.
Not at all, not at all.
All right, folks, it's time for the Freedom Wireless Game of the Week. Each week, we will bring to you the Freedom Wireless Game of the Week, and it's brought to you by Freedom Wireless in the Anchorage Shopping Center in Van Sant. Imagine a man falling helplessly through the sky. Now imagine that same man lands on top of your house. That man is a lot like your cell phone bill. He is through the roof. And if your cell phone bill is through the roof, you need to stop by and see the folks at Freedom Wireless. They can take care of you. They can probably cut your cell phone bill down about 60%, save you a whole lot of money each month, and they use the Verizon network nationwide. If you need Viasat internet or DirecTV, also give them a shout. All right, folks, here we are. Guys, the game of the week, Ridgeview versus Union.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to think about the next
You was
thing.
worried about that man falling through that roof. Shoot.
Yes, it's true. I was trying to focus on.
Coach Edwards and Corey Boston be calling in over here.
All right, so what you got there, Craig?
Boys, we've got Union and Ridgeview, and on paper, again, it's a little bit closer than the Union and Richlands, I think.
We'll let him pick first.
Yeah, but I just wanna talk about,
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna pick yet, but I just wanna, you
Don't
know.
be scared, man.
Union and Ridgeview guys, on paper, Union probably got it going on, but you know what? I don't know, I'm gonna pass this along to Coach Tester and let him start and pick, cause, you know, I'm up in the air right now.
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I'm a Ridgeview fan, man. I told these guys earlier, I like their style. I think they're extremely well coached with that great coaching staff over there. I think they're gonna make a deep run, as I said earlier. However, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I think right now at this point, I think Union is more proven. I think they're more battle tested. Let's start scooting over this way.
Hey, no matter what you pick, we're still gonna like it, okay? Still good friends.
I think Union's strength matches Ridgeview's strength. Ridgeview can really run the football, and Union is strong up front. And I think that's where they're gonna match up well at, and I think that's where they're gonna win it at. You know, I think that, you know, with Atkins coming over, it's gonna be a big plus, but I think Ridgeview up front is gonna limit those guys, and it's gonna be a dogfight.
You
but
mean Sexton?
Yeah, Atkins and Sexton, anyway, Sexton coming over. Like I said, I think it's gonna help those guys, but I think, they're gonna limit them up front, and I think Union wins this one 28-24. I'm going with my old signal caller there, Travis Turner.
Anytime somebody starts
been
out
around.
their pick with, I'm gonna say this first, you probably know how they're gonna pick.
Yeah.
It's real simple. I went over to the Ridgeview Deli Mart. I got me some of that wolf cream, and I'm telling you, that's the best stuff I ever drank in my life. Okay, I swear to God it is. So there's no question. I'm picking Ridgeview to win this one. I've been drinking the Kool-Aid since day one, and I'm not gonna stop now. I think the fact that, you know, they've got a lot of buzz behind them right now. They've got something to prove, and they know this is a big game, and this could be the game that moves that program into the next level. And I keep saying that the pecking order is changing, and I think it's gonna change Friday night. I think Ridgeview's gonna take it. That means we're split.
Oh,
That means
Lord, I
it's
gotta break
1-1.
this tie, but you know, guys, I agree with Coach Tester, and I also agree with Coach Moore on some of the points about the, snow cream or whatever he ate at the
Wolf cream.
Wolf cream down there, and you know, that would cost you $25. Is that the Compton's?
Yes.
Ron Gunther, hey, we plugged you for $25. But you know, guys, Union are proving to be the team. You gotta beat the team and everything. And Union beat Richlands. They're on a roll right now. Ridgeview, they got Sexton, they got Atkins, Oak Wind, they got the linemen, and they're just playing good ball right now. But Union's there and everything. But you know, I don't know who to pick or what to do.
Or you need another piece of pizza or something.
But I'm going with the Wolfpack, baby! Wolfpack with the upset to go to number 1 on the pick 5. The Bellacino's pick 5, baby. Wolfpack! Go Pack! Go Pack! Sorry, guys, we're going with the Wolfpack.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for tonight's show. Coach Krieger, don't fall down here. Coach Krieger has just picked the Wolfpack. It's 2-1. Wolfpack
Not
over
so
Union.
fast, my friend.
Until next time,
Coach Tesk.
I'm Coach Moore.
Coach Krieger says, go Pack!
And practice is officially over.